Hi, and welcome back to another video. I wanted to share a project have been working on. This is kind of with the mixed media morsels projects that Kat Hand has been doing on YouTube and in her Facebook group. I've really been enjoying watching these videos, and I've tried some of the techniques, but I hadn't gone as far as to make a journal to keep them in, and I've been meaning to. And I finally got started on making a journal cover. I've really enjoyed the ink techniques, and it's a wonderful group. And if you haven't had a chance to visit Kat Hand's channel and see her mixed media morsel videos, I highly recommend them, and her Facebook group. Anyway, this is the cover to the journal I want to do, and I would be holding it like this, I suppose, if it was that kind of a journal. But I opted to be a little bit different in this journal and do one that flips open. So this is a manila file folder that I cut down. It's about probably 4.5 or 4 3/4 inches wide, and it's, I don't know, however wide a regular sized manila file folder may be. I've got it scored so that it has probably 1 or 1.25 maybe inch binding at the top. I intend to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so there's 3 holes in it already. I did this with, did some Zentangling, and then I had these doll parts, paper doll type parts, and put them together with brads. Did some ink drop techniques on them. It's basically cardboard cut out with some text paper covering it, and then I did some ink techniques. There's some stickles, there's a piece of bling, there's a paper rose in her head. Her legs and her arms move, so I can show her in various stages of joy, because color makes for joyful times. And it says, "Oh, happy day." And this heart I did by, it's a cardboard heart with some more text paper cutouts, and I did some ink dropping on the paper, and then I covered it all with this faux dichro stuff, which is like a 3D liquid lacquer, and that made it all nice and shiny. And then while it was wet, I actually dropped some more ink, I think mermaid tail maybe, on top of it, and that kind of spread out. And then while it was wet, while I was at it, I have some vintage German glass glitter that I added to one side of the heart. So I was just like going to town. I just love this kind of stuff. And then inside I just painted it blue, and I put some gold shimmer mist on it. I think this is Ranger. And I put a little bit of extra like the packing tape inside to reinforce the binding. And then on the back, this is where I really had a good time, because this is the acrylic paint and alcohol ink technique that Kat showed, where you put a layer of acrylic paint on and you let it dry, and then you take a very watery acrylic paint and you put it on top, and then while it's still wet you drip alcohol into it, and it expands and makes different patterns in the acrylic paint. And then I dried it, and then I did it some more, and I dried it, added some shimmer. Didn't do circles, I did stars, and for those I just used, I have star-shaped polymer clay cutters that I dipped in watered down acrylic paint in white and gold to do the stars, because this looked like a galaxy to me. When the background got finished, I saw a galaxy. So what better to put in a galaxy? I'm sorry about all the glare. It's very shiny, but stars. And gave it a coat of Mod Podge. And then I was thinking about a galaxy, and whenever I think of stars in the sky, I think of my late husband, Ted. He was Lieutenant Colonel in the Air National Guard and part of the flight crew of C-130s, the Hercules cargo planes. And he could navigate by the stars. He was, started out old school where navigation was done by looking at the stars and mapping where you were. I mean, now it's computerized. They have what they call skins, and it's computerized navigation. But Ted was one of the last navigators in the New York National Guard that did celestial navigation. I was very proud of him. Anyway, that made me remember that I have an app that I love, and it's called Star Walk. And it does the night sky, and it shows, like, if you go out, it has a new version out that's $2.99 that I'm going to get. That you can point like your iPad or your device at the sky, and it shows you real-time representation of the sky, and I love it. So anyway, long story short, I went out and I looked. I pushed the sky around until I came to the constellation Pisces, because I'm Pisces, born March 9th. And what I did was I looked at that schematic on the screen, and it showed the star layout for the two fish for Pisces, how the stars lay out to make that constellation, or that astrological sign, I guess I should say. So what I did was I copied it in a white gel pen, with dots and lines, the way it is on the computer screen. And then I went back, and where all the stars are, I used green dazzle stickers to map the stars. And then on the same screen, it showed where the planetary orbit and the sun orbits came into play. So like I show the sun in white, and over here I've got Neptune in blue, and let's see if I can find this. Venus, of course, is a pink sticker, and then there's the sun, and then there's Mercury, the red planet, and then Uranus, which is a bronze sticker. So that, and the Earth, I think, is here with a green E, where the Earth actually is. So I wanted to share this because, I see a lot of circles, and I love circles, but I also love stars. So I felt that stars would be a little bit different, and using Pisces, very personal to me. So I hope that you enjoy this journal cover as much as I will. And I hope that you take the time to go out. I think it's the Apple iStore, but it's probably in Google Play too. And take a look at Star Walk. This is the one I'm using right now, is a free app, and I really enjoy it. And like I said, it always reminds me of my husband. Anyway, thank you, Cat Hand, for Mixed Media Morsels. I'm late to the party, but I'm hoping to catch up. And this is the journal that I intend to keep my pages in. Now I just have to create the pages. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my little overview of my Mixed Media Morsel journal cover. And please join Cat Hand and all the wonderful women that are sharing their talents in that group. There's also the Facebook group. Just visit Cat Hand here on YouTube and see all the details. And until the next time, I hope you have a very, very colorful day. Thank you.